Some animals are known to spend their lives in pairs or large societies throughout their lives, like wolves, for example. On the other hand, there are solitary animals that prefer the tranquility of not sharing the company with other individuals. This does not mean that these creatures are sad or melancholic, but rather that they develop habits and preferences for solitude. When this occurs, moments of companionship usually only happen during the species' reproduction periods. Thus, even species marked by social habits can include animals with a preference for solitary habits. However, here we will address species that usually present this trait as a striking characteristic. 20 loneliest animals in the world. 1. Rhino. Rhinos are animals with a strong character and little patience, which means they prefer to be solitary animals. Generally, proximity to other individuals only occurs during the reproduction period, when males come together to court a female. However, they are animals with herbivorous habits that maintain ferocity for protection. 2. Leopard. Leopards are carnivorous animals that spend most of their lives solitary. Unlike other hunting species, which tend to hunt in groups to be more successful, they prefer to do the mission alone. In fact, after mating, they also usually give up solitude to raise their young. 3. Koala. When they are babies, koalas spend all their time attached to their mother's back. However, as soon as they reach maturity, they begin to live alone, looking for others only for reproduction. In fact, these animals are so solitary that a legend involving the species says that it is easier to observe a koala near a tree than another koala. 4. Bear. Regardless of the species of bear, these animals prefer to be solitary. The characteristic is common among variants of the animal, including pandas, red pandas, or polar bears, for example. Most of the time, they prefer to maintain habits of solitude rather than being with other animals in a closed group. 5. Platypus. Platypuses are also extremely solitary animals, but in rare episodes this can change. This is because some individuals end up choosing to live in pairs, in very unusual cases. 6. Maned wolf. Even though it has wolf in its name, the maned is not exactly a species of wolf. Therefore, there is a marked difference for most species, which prefer to live in groups. Maned wolves are among the most solitary animals in the world, both for everyday life and for hunting. 7. Mole. One of the main reasons for moles' loneliness lies in their most characteristic habit, digging burrows and holes. This is because the species hates sharing space, which is usually built solely with a focus on the comfort of a single creature. Furthermore, the tunnels dug by animals are usually individual and not shared with other individuals. 8. Laziness. It should come as no surprise that one of the world's laziest animals loves to be alone. Since they spend most of their lives hanging from the tree enjoying the pleasures of laziness, which gives them their name, the animal does not usually meet with others if they do not intend to reproduce. 9. Weasel. Weasels, or skunks, are often confused with possums, but they are different animals. However, for the sake of the creatures themselves, they are solitary animals that prefer not to mingle. Since their main characteristic is to release a strong odor in threatening situations, the creatures themselves benefit from not needing to share the scent of others. 10. Glutton or Wolverine. Just like the Marvel character named after them, Wolverine, wolverines are very solitary animals. These creatures prefer to isolate themselves in regions without neighbors, preferring to live in vast and isolated environments, so as not to share land. 11. Lionfish. The lionfish is a solitary animal that would not be able to live any other way, as its fins are loaded with a lot of venom. In this way, no predators, invaders, or even other lionfish come close during their lifetime, with the exception of periods of reproduction of the species. 12. Red pandas. Red pandas are notoriously shy, preferring the life of solitude rather than companionship, except, of course, when they are in the mood to brighten the world by producing a litter of cuddly cubs. 13. Curlews. Almost all sandpipers travel in groups, but as you can imagine, solitary sandpipers do things a little differently. So, when it comes to finding a place to lay their eggs, they are content to stay alone by borrowing nests from other birds. 14. Orangutans. Orangutans are the most solitary of the great ape species, preferring to spend their lives alone in trees, only meeting females when it is time to mate. 15. Tasmanian devil. As the name suggests, Tasmanian devils are not the most inviting companions. Additionally, they are solitary and do not tolerate other animals around, especially while feeding. Therefore, group meals are not the most cordial moments between them. 16. Sea turtles. Having one of the longest migrations on Earth, it's understandable that sea turtles don't have time to settle down. Indeed, during the mating and nesting seasons, these animals gather in groups, but most of the time, preferring to be alone. 17. Frogs. Common frogs, when they're not tadpoles with a little green companion, stay alone and can therefore make easy meals of insects, worms, and snails. 18. Badgers. Badgers almost always prefer to hunt and roam on their own, that is, when they are not relaxing alone in their solitary dens. 19. Armadillos. Armadillos are perfectly equipped to protect their fleshy parts from predator attacks, but this shell also indicates how self-sufficient and solitary these animals are. Therefore, except when they come together to mate, these animals prefer to be alone. 20. Anteaters. Finally, despite staying together to mate, or when they are raising offspring, giant anteaters spend their entire lives alone, happily devouring their ants without having to share. I hope you were enchanted by the lives of the loneliest animals in the world. If you like this content and want to see more incredible videos about nature and wildlife, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any news. Additionally, if you want to support the channel and have access to exclusive content, consider becoming a member of our channel. Click on the Become a Member button below the video and be part of our community passionate about animals and nature. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.